Hey, it's Maciej here, and in this video I'm going to give you the exact playbook on how you can be booking anywhere from 5 to 10 qualified sales calls from your DMs every single week. Buckle up because I'm giving out every single thing, all of the scripts, all of the frameworks, all the pre-call processes, what you can do before the call to increase the show up rate, the close rate, and everything to do in the DMs, how to qualify people and make sure that when you actually book those calls, they're not just tire kickers, they're actually qualified people. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Maciej, and I'm on a mission to help online fitness coaches systemize their businesses so they can enjoy more freedom, make getting new clients easy. And on this channel, this is all we talk about, how to actually scale your coaching business. So let's jump straight in. So welcome to the high ticket DM script playbook. This is the exact SOP that we use with our appointment setters in our company, where we are able to book those crazy numbers for our clients. So you're getting the real sauce here. Now, there's a lot of different sections here, and I'm going to show you most of them today, the ones that will be the most useful for you, okay? Now, when we are booking calls in the DMs, we need to understand the difference between inbound and outbound. Outbound is where you go ahead and send a message to somebody, and inbound is where you post a call to action and somebody DMs you the keyword from the call to action. For example, from stories, DM me the word coach and I'll send you info on my one-on-one coaching. Or for example, just somebody DMs you, for example, you have a keyword in your bio, DM me for more info on coaching, and they DM you, hey, how much do you charge for coaching? For example, this is an inbound DM. Now, the inbound DMs are always going to be warmer, obviously, because they reached out to you. However, you can also still make a lot of money from the outbound. The reason I mention this is because we have different scripts for different processes, okay? So for example, for inbound leads, again, when somebody DMs you, hey, thanks so much for inquiring about coaching. Are you currently on a fitness journey right now, or are you just looking to get one started? For example, you have a few different examples. This is the most common one that we use. And remember that you can use also ManyChat to automate this. So you can set up an automation inside of ManyChat when somebody DMs you this word, make sure it's set to is word, not contains word, because otherwise the automation is going to be starting randomly in the middle of a conversation. So is, for example, the word that you have in your bio, DM me coach for more info, DM me tone for more info, DM me six pack, busy mom, whatever you have in your bio to DM for coaching, you set this up and you set this message as a auto response. From there, you can say, I love it. Tell me a bit about yourself. Like, what's your story? What made you decide that you want to start making your health a priority? What's your goal right now? All of these types of questions. It's pretty easy because they are warm. They reached out to you, right? This is very easy. However, just using inbound is kind of like waiting for referrals. They're going to come, but it's not predictable, right? So you want to be sending you or your appointment setter, or if you want one, you can hire us as well. But your appointment setter is going to be sending anywhere from 30 to 100, obviously the more the better, outbound messages to your audience members every single day. So there's 7 different places where you can find leads. First, obviously your Instagram DMs. This is where you will most likely be in a conversation with somebody. These people will be already hot. So when you start your day, you want to start doing the outbounds. First, start in the DMs, reply to every single person, check the request folder and reply from there. Then you want to go to Instagram story poll responders. Again, this is where you post a call to action. For example, you post a poll, I'm looking for this many people who want these results, vote here. You put up like a poll, message all of these people from these polls, right? Because they are hot leads and they said that they are interested in coaching, right? You can use this script. Name, thanks so much for engaging on the poll. I've got all the details for you here in a sec, but first, would you mind if I ask you a couple of questions to see if I can help? This works well, okay? Next, we have Instagram commenters on photos or posts. These are pretty warm because they went ahead out of their way of scrolling 500 posts and they actually went ahead and commented, which means they kind of care about you, right? So you can say, for example, hey, I really appreciate you commenting on that last post. Again, you can say, are you on a fitness journey? You're just enjoying the content. Do you enjoy workout content or nutrition content more? What was the one thing that popped out the most to you? All of these types of questions will be great here, okay? Again, these people are warm, so it doesn't really matter what you say, to be honest, as long as it's not something really weird, where if you sound natural, they will respond, okay? Next, we have Instagram likes on photos. These are pretty warm. First name, thanks so much for like on my recent reel. Are you on a fitness journey right now or just enjoying the content, And just go ahead and message all of the likers on your post. Next, we have Instagram story viewers. Now, these can be warm or cold depending, because if they are constantly watching your stories, if you see people that are constantly watching your stories, obviously those people are very warm because they care. They are watching your stories, right? But if somebody just randomly clicks on your profile, they might be a bit colder. So first name, thanks so much for checking out my stories. Are you on a fitness journey or just enjoying the content? Do you enjoy my workout content more or nutrition content? All of these questions are great. Next, we have new followers. So again, the same script. The same script, we just change it to thanks so much for the follow, right? Next, if you cannot find at least, let's say 50 people per day, with our appointment setters, we send at least 100, 150 DMs per day, but that's because we have a trained person dedicated to doing this inside of your business, right? If you are doing it yourself or you have an appointment setters, I wouldn't recommend sending less than 50 per day, because then it kind of doesn't make sense. If you send more than 50, ideally 100, then you can book anywhere from like 1 to 3 calls per day, okay? So it's definitely doable. The more messages that you send, the more calls that you will book. So if you cannot find at least 50 people from all of these different methods before, you can also go to your followers. So just click on your followers list. Just wanted to shoot you a message and say thanks so much for following me. Are you on a fitness journey, or just enjoying the content, or just use any of these other variations of the questions that I just mentioned a second ago. Now from there, you need to gather the temperature of the lead. So as you can remember, we said, are you on a fitness journey or just enjoy the content? Let's say they say, yeah, just content. Then you want to say, okay, that's awesome. You know, what's your story? What got you into fitness? Or what goals are you working on right now? Just a natural way to start a conversation. Don't start pitching your program. These people are colder, which means you need to open them up a bit. So you ask, what's your story? They will probably tell you, you know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Some of them will ghost you. Don't follow up on them 10 times. Don't be this weirdo. They will consume your content, and sooner or later, they will become clients. Don't follow up on them 10 times, because you're going to lose them forever. From there, you can say, do you have any fitness goals you're working on at the moment? Okay, that's awesome. How long have you been working towards that? Again, just be in a natural conversation. If they are not opening up, if they are just either they just ghosted you or they are sending you super short messages, you want to lean out, again, not to burn the lead, which means they will never come back, because they will think you're some kind of weirdo. To not burn them, you want to usually offer them some value. Send them your content or your podcast, or like a free ebook that you have. For example, hey, by the way, I have got this free training I made for my community on how to lose 20 pounds without dieting. Want to check it out? I have this free podcast. I have this free ebook with my best recipes, whatever you guys have as lead magnets. Now, if somebody responds they're on a fitness journey, that's a different story, because that means we can actually dig deeper. Now, that doesn't mean that if they say it's just content, they're not going to be on a fitness journey. That means they're probably less warm, okay? But if somebody is warm, that's a lot easier. So let's say they're on a fitness journey. I love it. So what's your story? What got you into fitness? I love it. Are you working towards any fitness goals at the moment? Again, how long have you been working towards that? What are you struggling with? All these questions are great. Usually focus on their goals. Don't necessarily ask about struggles up until this point, because they will probably ghost you. So just focus on goals. Now, from there, once you identify they're on a fitness journey, they cannot lose weight, they just told you what's your story, I've been struggling to lose weight, you know, I don't really know what to do, I tried doing so much cardio, I lost just 2 pounds in 5 months, I don't know what to do. Then you know that they will be a good fit for your program, right? So you want to say, oh, that's cool, so mind if I ask you a couple of questions to see if I can help? That basically gives you a permission to pitch them. Most of the time you want to ask this, okay? Sometimes if it just flows naturally, you can skip that, but most of the time you want to ask this. From there, you want to ask about their struggles. So for example, okay, so what would you say has been the biggest struggle with your fitness journey? You can, for example, you can usually delete it, to be honest, because you will sound a bit more robotic. Again, the key here is not to sound like a robot, because oftentimes these days people use some kind of automated DM bots, and you can feel that, okay? So the goal here is to sound like a human. If you can also send a voice note just to show that you are human. They say, you know, I've been struggling to lose weight. I have a sweet tooth. You can say, oh, I totally get that. You know, you've been struggling for 2 years. All right, I hear you. I totally get it. When I first started, I was struggling with the same thing. So I totally understand what you're saying. Relate to your situation. Relate to one of your clients' situations. I have this client that struggled with the same thing. Just don't send these long paragraphs. Okay, reply with short messages, especially try to mirror the length of their message, which means if they are sending you short messages, also send short messages. Because if you send long messages, if your messages look like this and their messages look like this, who needs who more? It feels so salesy and you are so needy. You want to lean out if they are leaning out as well. Now here's some secret sauce if you see a lot of people that are unqualified on your calls, which means you are booking calls, but then it turns out the person is 15 years old or they don't have money. You want to ask these questions, one of them or both of them. By the way, how old are you? Just to help me understand your metabolism, for example. This is just a good excuse to ask how old somebody is. By the way, is your work sedentary or much more active? This is a great question to again gather what type of what somebody does for work, right? So this way you can just know that somebody has this job, because if somebody doesn't have a job, then obviously they will not be able to afford your coaching. Next, what's your goal? Are you looking to lose weight, tone up? That's great, super doable. Then here's some secret sauce. We usually do this with clients, is you want to find some before and afters of your clients that, for example, lost weight. If this person, this lead wants to lose weight, they just told you, you want to send a client, one of your clients that lost weight. So like a before and after photo, This is the type of results you can expect if you're coachable. And from here, if a lot of the times they will have already told you, why it's important to them, but if they have not, you want to ask them, and why is your goal important to you? Is it, for example, you can say, is it just for the looks? This is a great question. And this way you can usually reveal the deeper why. If you say, is it just for the looks? Because obviously it's for the looks, but oftentimes they will tell you, I want to be a role model for my family. That's a lot bigger reason for why they would pay you a few grand for coaching, right? You need to find the deeper reasons. Next, you want to ask them about like a short-term goal. So in the next 2 to 3 months, what are the top 2 to 3 results that you want? Again, you don't really need to say on your fitness journey, because you will sound like a robot. And then you can say, perfect, that's awesome, super doable. And here you basically want to pitch a free consultation call, aka a sales call, right? Like a discovery call. Tell you what, let's hop on a quick 15 to 20 minute chat. We will go over your number one struggle in your fitness journey, your goals, and we'll come up with a game plan to help you get there. You offer that. Now here you can also replace it with, instead of saying we will go over your number one struggle, you can just say we will go over your current diet, if they said that the diet is the biggest struggle. If that makes sense. You can replace it so it sounds just more natural and tailored to them. Then you want to say, hey, let me just grab my calendar. You want to send them usually your calendar or your Calendly link here. Tell them, go ahead, book it now. Spots usually fill up quick. Send me a screenshot. This is huge. Say this. Send me a screenshot, because this way you will force them to do this right away. And it's kind of like, they will feel like you are waiting for them to do this. If you just tell them, hey, just pick a time, but when, they'll probably not book, they'll wait a few hours, they will forget, and you just lost the lead, right? You want to give them like, hey, send me a screenshot, like do this now, right? So they feel the responsibility of sending you the screenshot, which means they basically have to book now. Now, obviously, you will lose some people here at this point. So here's the exact follow-up process. If the prospect hasn't responded within 1 hour, like one of their messages in the convo, just, double tap, this will pull up this, heart emoji, and this will bring you to the top of their inbox, okay? From there, 1 hour later, if they still haven't responded, go to their social media page and like or comment on one of their posts. Now, some people will have a private profile, so just skip this step in that case. If you can, really like 2 to 3 of their posts, comment like a genuine comment, something where it looks like you genuinely checked the post. Don't just comment like a fire emoji, then they will know that something is a bit weird. 3 hours after that, if the prospect still hasn't responded, go back into the conversation and say still there or all good. You can also send a voice note here, so it's a bit more personalized. You can say their name, so they feel a bit obligated to respond back. If that still doesn't work, the next day follow up with a message that just says, good morning, happy Tuesday. Or you can, for example, say, hey, good morning, just had some time to get back to you. Go ahead and save your spot in the calendar. So again, you want to ideally mention the name here, right? Hey, name, and say good morning, and just send them a voice note. Again, just do it manually to this person. They will be a lot more likely to respond. What you can also try is record like a selfie with your iPhone, with your camera app. Just record it, and this will also activate the law of reciprocity in the person, the feel to reciprocate, that you just did something for them, you recorded this video, so they feel the need to reciprocate and respond back. But that's basically how it works. If that doesn't work, wait a few hours and send some kind of funny GIF to break the pattern. Okay, so for example, Forrest Gump waving. So this is some good stuff, and this will kind of just be some humor, and they will be more likely to respond. Now, it's a lot better to have somebody tell you that, hey, it's just not the right time, because then you can, for example, objection handle, right? It's not good to leave them hanging where you just send them the Calendly link and they just not respond to you, and you just assume, okay, they're probably not a good fit, they probably don't want to book. It's not true. A lot of people just forget. They're busy. People are busy. So you have to follow up. Now, I wouldn't recommend following up more. You can, for example, wait a few days and try again, but don't follow up forever. You will burn them and they will feel like you are so needy, right? It will come across as so needy and salesy. So just wait, let's say a month, and try to reach out back. How's the fitness journey going? We have a lot of different scripts that we give to our appointment setters, but the whole idea is, just kind of, reach out back to them, say, how's the fitness journey going? I wanted to also give you a few more tips. So for example, reminder scripts to increase your show rates. 24 hours before the call, hey brother, just checking, we're still good for our call at time. Next, you want to send the morning of the call. You want to send like a morning of the call video. Now, if you want to see the exact pre-call process to get your show rate to 80 or even 90%, check out this video on the channel. It should be somewhere next to this one that you are watching on my channel. It's going to go in depth on the pre-call process, so you can actually warm people up before the call, and oftentimes on the calls they are already pre-sold and you just turn into a cashier basically. So check that out on the channel, and you want to send the morning of the call video, and you want to send see you then. Okay, so this is very simple. Now, as far as like the no-show process, because sometimes no-shows can happen, right? So that means you book a call with somebody at a certain time and they basically no-show. 5 to 10 minutes after the no-show, I waited in the Zoom call for about 10 minutes and never saw you join. I'm guessing something came up, or maybe you just forgot. Either way, like, don't stress. I know life can be busy sometimes. Would still love to speak though. Do you want to reschedule for a better time? You can also send this as a video, again, like a selfie video. This will add some personal touch. 24 hours later, if they still haven't responded, which means they just ghosted you, they left you on scene, is everything all right? Like, you genuinely want to be concerned, you know? 24 hours after that, hope you don't think I'm annoyed or you missed the call. I understand life just happens sometimes. They will usually just respond by this point. If they still haven't responded, don't want to spam you with messages if you're not feeling it. This will be the last time I drop in, mate. Would you like to rebook and have a chat, or is losing 20 pounds not a priority right now? It's a pretty... You know, it's a very intentional question where you ask, is your goal that we just spoke about all the time, is it not a priority for you anymore? If it still is a priority, then let's book a call. It's like a logical sequence, right? So this will work very, very well. Now, obviously, there's a lot more tabs, a lot of caveats to all of this, a lot of like different tactics you can use to book more calls, to warm people up before the calls, all of these different methods that we use with our clients, with our appointment setters for our clients. But this is like the secret sauce, you know, for our inner group members, for our clients. So I hope this video was helpful. I think it was. I gave you a lot of tactical stuff you can implement right away. Now, if you struggle to get clients or keep clients, cannot for the life of you figure out how to grow your online coaching business, you want to outsource the DMs, you don't want to be doing this, you want to give it to experts, feel free to check the first link in the description. It's a video of me explaining how my company can help you solve this problem, implement all of the secret sauce so you can start booking anywhere from 5. We even have clients that are booking 20 calls per week. Okay, so we can do this for you. Now, you don't have to click the link if you don't want to. Feel free to check it out if you want. Now, if you like the video, hopefully it was helpful. Feel free to post any video ideas, any questions you might have in the comments. And I hope the video was helpful, and have an amazing day. I really appreciate you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed it, and have an amazing day. Thanks so much.